Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 28, 2021, and today is Monday morning. So welcome back, everybody, and looking at the highlights of the day. The market's tapering off as summer trading is in full swing. There's no major economic events scheduled for today. So as we look at the various markets, starting out with the currencies, British pound trickles down on lighter volume in the indices. The NASDAQ retraces from its all-time highs last week, and the Dow Jones actually gaining. Now looking at commodities, oil remaining strong, and gold pretty much unchanged. And looking at the stocks, Facebook and Microsoft both retrace as we're seeing the big board stocks actually gain. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, okay, it is in a very choppy market and I expect it to continue, but did bounce off its low last week. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. Just to highlight how choppy we are and how little of volume we're trading in this time of the year, because it is summer trading in the Northern Hemisphere. Generally speaking, from now until the end of August, it's generally lighter than expected trading. However, there are pockets of opportunities. Right now, we're trading at that bottom range here at the Euro USD, 1923 right now. We're bouncing off of that, 1926. But just to give you perspective, the high here is 1970. So a 50 pip range is quite a tight range for a 30-minute chart. Now, if we expand it just a little bit, you can see how tight we are, okay, after bouncing from our lows here, 1870-ish level, and we're just consolidating here in this mid-range after a nice retracement versus the USD. Now, jumping into the GBP USD, this is where, more volatility actually happens, especially, because the GBP is that much more volatile versus the USD. We do see this trickling down and challenging this lower level, 138.73 right now, and bouncing off of it. Now, we are trading below that 30-day moving average. I don't expect massive moves today, but if we do break above it, we may go back to our 139.60-ish level. Again, a pretty tight range altogether, about a 50 to 60 pip range. So just keep your expectations in a very low level. Okay, you want to book those profits quite quickly, especially in this type of environment. Now looking at gold, really unched here, 1780. I mean, for the week after this massive sell-off we had before last week, you can see where we're consolidating between 1790 and 1770, but nothing really to write home about. Now looking at oil, all right, oil's been still pretty strong as it still maintained its momentum on this upwards momentum. If we look at a daily chart, $74 where we're at, but the moves are getting lower, okay? We are seeing a continued trend upwards, okay? So I don't want to say that we're changing our trend line so far, but just be realistic with it, okay? Especially as the second variant of the Delta variant is actually spreading through Europe and spreading through the UK and, kind of limiting some of the easing of the restrictions that we were supposed to have this summer. Looking at the Dow Jones, we gained, okay, right here to 358 right now, as you can see that, and just gaining here to 400-ish level, which was a decent rally for the Dow Jones. I mean, we were only about 500 points over our all-time highs, but altogether did make back some real estate, whereas the NASDAQ did tapering off at 14,358. If we look at the individual stocks, okay, the two stocks that took us to all-time highs last week was Microsoft and Facebook, and both tapering off, okay? Here we're looking at Microsoft off of its high from 266 to 64, a little bit of booking some profits. If we look at Facebook, also 339 off of $1, not big retracement, but a profit taking nonetheless. If we look at Amazon, did really challenge this 3,500, couldn't sustain it and then broke down. So this might be a little bit of a turning point for these type of stocks. Now, when we look at the big board stocks like JP Morgan, it did carry us higher, 154. If we look at Alcoa also, it did carry us higher to 37 before giving and tapering off. So rotation happening in the markets. I just do expect further weakness in the markets, okay? When I say weakness, I mean lack of volatility, lack of direction. So I do expect that to continue. Now, looking at Bitcoin, all right, 34,395. We did rally nicely, bouncing off of that 30,000 from last week. This is now a bona fide range-bound trading, and you could split this into two ranges. One, the bigger range from 40,000 up to 30,000, and two, from 34,600 down to 30,000, okay, which we are at that top of that range. So if we don't break above this 34,600-ish level, we'll see ourselves consolidating between these two levels, which is fine. Summer trading, no expansion right now, but it's not going further down, okay? We do have this consolidation after this massive rally that we had to 63,000, 64,000 that we had just a couple of months ago. But now we're consolidating in this mid-level, which is normal, okay? Between the two extremities, between our at 11,000 and 63,000, we're right there smack in the middle, okay? So that is normal and a healthy place to be until we break out in either direction, okay? Could be in either direction. This is Fred Razak. Just keep in mind that it is summer trading. We do have July 4th weekend actually falling out, July 4th holiday actually falling out on a Sunday next week. So there's not going to be any days that we're going to be missing our trading. But, you know, trading around this season, it's lighter than expected trading. So just expect it. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.